My name is Jungmoon Kang. I'm working at Gunam Elementary School in Busan Metropolitan City. I have taught children for 20 years. Lesson 16. Observing animals and plants which we can see around us. The objective of this lesson is that the students can observe animals and plants around the school or their house. In the introduction, the teacher induces students' motivation as students divide mixed card into animal card and plant cards. In the development stage, the students do two activities. The first activity is to observe the plants and animals in the picture materials. Students observe the picture of a house of Korean rural area. In the second activity, students go out and observe the plants and animals at the school garden and the pond. After the observation, students draw the animals and plants which they looked at. In arrangement and conclusion, students evaluate themselves by looking at their friends' drawings and talking about the good points of their works. In the evaluation, the teacher evaluates how the students observed the plants and animals around the school. The teacher can give high points to the students who observed precisely. Thank you. Lesson 18. Introduction of the plant which I like. The objective of this lesson is that the students know about the plant which we can grow at the school or home. In the introduction, the teacher induces students' motivation as students talk about the experience of growing plants at home. In development activity 1, the students observe the plants at the school garden, and activity 2 is the introduction of students' favorite plants. Because students already looked around and observed the school garden, it is possible that the teacher can use photo materials, or students can go out again and observe plants precisely. Students observe the various plants rest time. Students should observe the detailed shapes, colors, and leaves of plants in this lesson. In activity 2, the teacher gives homework to the students to research and write in detail about the plants which they like. Students do the role play activity as if they have become plants. The teacher can observe and evaluate students at the same time. The teacher prepares various plant materials in advance and provides for the students who couldn't do their homework. In this way, all the students can participate in the activity. Thank you. Lesson 20. How to raise animals and plants. The objective of this lesson is that the students can represent the house they want to live in with animals and plants in various ways. In the introduction, the teacher induces students' motivation as students divide the mixed animal and plant cars into indoor and outdoor animals and plants. In Development Activity 1, students can find out some good points about living with animals and plants together. In Activity 2, students decorate the house they want to live in with animals and plants. In Activity 1, the teacher will ask questions and students will answer them. Students can think of some good points when we live with animals and plants together. In Activity 2, individual students make and decorate a house with colored papers and colored pens. Then groups of students can make and decorate a house with colored papers and colored pens. Students can naturally accept the life in which they live with animals and plants together in the future. In the evaluation, teacher observes that students decorate a house in the group. Thank you.
네, 들어오세요. 네, 들어오세요. 지금 들어옵니다. 네.
지금 하고 있습니다. 빨간 카메라.
네, 앉으세요.
예. 뽑아야 되죠.
네, 보고야 돼요.
다 보고 합니다 지금.
네.
어느 세월에 외웠어요.
되시죠?
네. Lesson 21. Meeting day and night. The objective of this lesson is that students can talk about the differences between day and night. The teacher induces the students' motivation to observe the various aspects of the day and say to this, let's look at how people live during the day and at night, looking at the photos of day and night. In Introduction Activity 1, students will role play calling a friend in Ethiopia. Teacher chooses one student who will role play as a Korean student and choose another student who will role play as an Ethiopia student. Two students will call each other. The two countries have different time zones by about 6 hours. If teacher uses this, it is very beneficial to students. After this activity, students have to do the mind mapping active about day and night. In Activity 2, looking at the figure of day and night, the teacher has to prepare sentence cards and give them to the students. After this, the teacher asks question about the characteristics of day and night. When many students answer the question, the teacher has them write down the correct words on the worksheet. The evaluation of this lesson is to observe their mind mapping activity and worksheet. Thank you. Lesson 23. Dividing a day in various ways. The objective of this lesson is that students can divide a day in various ways. Teacher induces the students' motivation by asking questions like, which other photos of reference material array? It is difficult to observe the photos by themselves. So, the teacher should write down the keywords on the blackboard. In Introduction Activity 1, pasting pictures on a worksheet divide by day and night. Students should observe the picture on the reference material, which is the pet dog's daily life. If they observe closely, they can see the sun in the picture at daytime. Activity 2 is a choice activity in which the teacher gives the students two kinds of material. The first is let's paste a picture of a day in the life of David, divided into morning, afternoon, and evening. The second is let's paste pictures in a day in the life of Mom, divided into morning, afternoon, and evening. Maybe the second activity is more difficult than the first. So the teacher must help those who feel it is difficult. The supplementary worksheet will be used if the teacher wants. The evaluation of this lesson is the worksheet. Thank you. Lesson 24. The lifestyle of people according to day and night. The objective of this lesson is that students can find the changing lifestyle of people according to day and night. Teacher induces the students' motivation to guess the contents of the reference pictures for 30 seconds. Afterward, the teacher asks them various questions about reference pictures. Introduction Activity 1 is finding out the lifestyle of people during the day and night. The teacher is able to ask questions about the day and the night. Example, who are the people that mainly work during the day? Who mainly work during the night? Then students can answer the question using by their experience. Activity 2 is having a gracious mind. The teacher has to prepare role-play material and let the students participate in the role-play. Maybe students will have a gracious mind while they do the role-play. After this, the teacher lets them draw the people who work during the day or the night using a worksheet. The evaluation of this lesson is to observe their worksheets and answering. Thank you. Lesson 26. Meeting day and night. The objective of this lesson is that students can look for shadows around us. Teacher induces the students' motivation by solving some key questions related to shadows and to show children's story, Wolf and Shadow. For the purpose of making the device of shadow story, the teacher needs the material of white paper, black paper, and a light. The shadow storytelling is enough to give them much exciting time. So, will be a rise motivation for this lesson. Introduction Activity 1 is marking the place where shadows are created. Students should observe the pictures on the reference material and draw shadows which would be there. If any student feels like it is too difficult, the teacher can help them with the reference material too, and let them know the shadows will be created at daytime or under the light. Activity 2 is a mind mapping activity in which the teacher gives the students the word shadows, and the students write down the words that come to mind. The evaluation of this lesson is the worksheet. Thank you. Lesson 29. Finding out the reason why shadows are created. The objective of this lesson is that students can find out the reason why shadows are created. The teacher induces the students' motivation by having them observe a picture from reference material 1 and letting them think about today's learning subject. Introduction Activity 1 is making a shadow by pasting a picture on a transparent film. The teacher has to prepare transparent film and let them draw a picture like on reference material 1, and then pasting it on a transparent film. When the students make it, the teacher has them look at the sunshine through the transparent film, and then students should compare pasting picture area and the other area. In Activity 2, the students find the characteristics of the object in which shadows are created or not. First, the teacher lets the students find the difference by passing sunlight through a transparent film and A4 paper. Then the teacher should prepare some object like a worksheet and tell the students, let's group the object which sunlight can pass through and the object that it can pass through. As a result of this activity, the students will understand the characteristics of the object which sunlight can pass through and cannot pass through. The evaluation of this lesson is answering the question on the worksheet. What's the reason shadow is created? Thank you.